Recently, Trump's campaign was hacked, and 14 hours worth of Project 2025 training videos were leaked. Now, I didn't watch all of these videos because I think I have a smidgen of self-respect for myself, but I have seen many clips from these videos, and one of these clips that I want to talk about in this video and inspired me to make this video is one where the topic of climate change is brought up. The two people in the clip argue that climate change is a hoax because, one, we have 4 seasons in the year and the weather is different in those 4 seasons. Profoundly stupid people. And two, and this is the main point, climate change is a hoax because it's population control. The climate change activists don't want you to have children. Once again, it is this stupid shit. Right-wingers cannot shut up about procreation and how we must all engage in it to save their fucking lives. And I am so fucking sick of it. You have the current Republican vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, demonizing women who choose not to have children, calling them childless cat ladies. You have Elon Musk, who once said that people need to have more children or society will collapse or some dumb shit like that. I came across an Andrew Tate tweet recently where he said that sex should only be about creating children and should not be something you engage in to derive pleasure from. Yeah, I'm sure Andrew Tate, face of the Red Pill movement and known sex trafficker, has never had sex solely for pleasure. But the point I'm getting at here is the right is always thinking about this shit. They are always talking about the fertility of women and how when a woman hits 30, she has hit the wall, her eggs are dried up. 30! Your 30s is usually considered your prime, but to these people, once you hit the big 3-0, you're a quote-unquote old hag. And then a lot of these people start talking about how a woman is most fertile when she's fucking 16 years old, so that kind of puts into perspective why they think 30 is so old. But don't you think we have enough fucking people in this world? There are 8 billion of us. It's not like we just went through some catastrophic world event that puts us at the brink of extinction or some shit. Humanity is procreating just fine. According to the worldcounts.com, the world population is growing by over 200,000 people a day. So with over 200,000 additional people added to our population every single fucking day, what difference would I make just adding one more person into this world? I wouldn't. I don't think of childbirth as this beautiful thing. I've said this before. I don't think I would make a good father. I mean, sure, I would have procreated, but I don't think that's all that should really fucking matter when it comes to bringing a new person into this world. There's more to a person than merely being the byproduct of 2 people having sex and probably winding up with an unwanted pregnancy. That's probably my origin story. It's not like my parents were in the most stable position when they had me. But anyways, what about the people who cannot financially sustain having a child? You provide no plan besides procreate, but not everyone who wants children is in a good enough position where having one is a good idea. So what, that child who didn't even fucking ask to be born in the first place has to be doomed to live a miserable, impoverished life, all because their parents are quote-unquote fulfilling their purpose? You're not only dehumanizing the parents, especially the woman, and I'll get to that in a little bit, by saying shit like your purpose is to procreate and nothing more, but you're also dehumanizing the child by withering them down to nothing more than the product of the duty their parents were supposedly supposed to fulfill, not caring one iota about that child's quality of life and well-being once they exit the womb. But they're like, nope, okay, that child was born, so good luck with the rest, when it shouldn't even fucking be like that. You wanted that child to exist so fucking badly, so how about at the very least advocating for stronger social safety nets for people in this country? That would ensure that people, their children included, have access to things such as healthcare, food. Maybe stop giving tax breaks to the rich so some of the money they keep vacuuming up can go into these programs that help struggling families. Some of this funding can also go into the public schools that this country grossly underfunds, which bars many students in this country from being able to access resources that would help them succeed in the classroom. But no, you label these very basic things as socialism, communism, and oftentimes use the 2 words interchangeably because you don't know what the fuck they mean. And many of these Republicans label Tim Walz as a communist because of policies like ensuring school kids in Minnesota have access to free school meals. Way to make your opposition look terrible, am I right? The conservative dogma surrounding childbirth is so contradictory victory. We will stand up for the unborn. Everyone must procreate. But once that child is born, we will advocate against all of these programs and social spending that would improve its quality of life. It is because, like I've said to ad nauseum, Republicans don't actually care about children. It is all about maintaining outdated social norms that a woman is a man's baby-making machine and nothing more. And most of society is progressing past these backwards norms, and Republicans are mad about that, and that's why they're enacting horrendous policy that severely restricts a woman's reproductive rights. But above all else, and this is clearly the most important point I want to make, do you really think you're winning a lot of people over, especially younger demographics, with all of this weird talk about how we need to create babies, that is our purpose, and talking about women's fertility, and how she needs to get pregnant and married young because that is her purpose in life? No, to most other people outside of your bubble, you just look really fucking weird hyper-fixating on shit like this. Because really, how many people outside of these hyper-religious conservative fanatics really think about women's fertility and procreation as much as these people do? So don't get all shocked and offended when people call you weird, because that is exactly what you look like to most normal people who don't think about shit like this on the daily. And I hate having to keep talking about conservatives hyper-fixating on childbirth, but this is truly what they think about all the fucking time, and again, it is really fucking weird. And most importantly, I just really fucking hate it when people feel like they have the right to dictate how other people live their lives, and trying to force more fucking people in this world who have a high probability of living a miserable life when they could have been spared that by not being born in the fucking first place. Not every sperm cell that reaches the egg needs to become a person. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.